Bonjour, je m'appelle Sarah.
Je m'appelle Keiki.
And just kidding, that's all we got. We're not actually French speakers. But the reason we're doing that is because today we are going to be discussing the Netflix original series,
Emily in Paris.
Oui, oui. Emily in Paris is about a girl who goes to Paris. Wouldn't you know it? Her name is Emily.
I'm Emily, your new neighbor.
Enchanté.
Okay, but in all seriousness, the show is about a girl named Emily who blows up her life by taking an opportunity to move to Paris to work for her company's marketing firm.
Sounds like a dream, right?
I mean, obviously, Paris for free, come on.
The food, the lifestyle, the fashion, it all sounds incredible. And what a great learning experience.
But there are some crux that come with this. Emily loses her relationship over this. She's in kind of a love triangle, and she's definitely struggling to kind of interweave with the Parisian culture. Emily in Paris is a Netflix original from Darren Star. Yes, that Darren Star from Younger, Sex and the City, so expect the drama.
Drama. Well, as you can see, there are two of us. I decided to bring Keiki into this review with me, or Keiki brought me into this review with her, because while watching the show, we realized we had very different opinions about it.
Different.
That makes even less sense. I mean,
No, it doesn't.
And we felt it was important to bring both the sides of this argument to you. But first,
Let's talk about the good stuff.
yeah.
What is the problem?
With all due respect, I have been sent here for a reason.
One, it's filmed in Paris. Darren Star said that it's his love letter to a city he's been in love with since he was 19, which you can feel. The city is gorgeous. It's so picturesque.
Idyllic, romantic. It's Paris, guys.
Paris. Like when we went to Paris, we were like, oh, so magical.
It looks like pictures in someone's bathroom.
I literally thought that we were on a set in a backlot here in Los Angeles because it's incredible.
It's that cute.
Can we talk about the fashion in this show?
Exquisite. I mean, you really see this dichotomy of like the American girl in Paris. You know, here we're so extra. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Let's make some patterns, some textures, leather, this and that. In Paris, I mean, her boss alone wore the same dress, I swear to God.
In every episode.
In every episode.
Simplistic, unlike us here in America. Which is something that Darren Star said he wanted to show. Celebrate another culture that is very different from ours, and you can feel that and see that in every episode of this show.
But I'm tired.
I was obsessed with the use of the language in this show. Not only because I don't speak French personally, but because I felt as an audience member just like Emily, a fish out of water, listening to all this French being thrown at her and not knowing what these conversations are going on around me.
Il y a les chalamaniacs et certains d'entre eux.
You might be saying, turn your subtitles on, ladies. We had our subtitles on. When they're speaking French half of the time, it is subtitled in French.
je m'appelle Claude.
Je te floop flee.
Okay, so we've talked a little bit about the things that we both really enjoyed. So let's dive in and talk about the show itself and what maybe I didn't like
And
what
I loved.
Keiki loved. And this is your spoiler warning because we're gonna discuss the show and it might be spoilery, it probably will be. You're welcome.
Fight.
So let's talk about the fact that it is a Darren Star show. So going into a Darren Star show, I expect it to be sexy and drama-filled. I expect something at least on the level of the CW, like Riverdale, or even because it's a Netflix show, you can give me something a little steamier like HBO, like True Blood or Sex and the City even.
Samantha suddenly understood what made Mr. Cocky so cocky.
And that is not what we get at all. It is so tame, it upset me.
But I think it really gives a call to shows like the Carrie Diaries or the Bold Type, where it's kind of pivoting towards a younger generation. We are seeing Emily kind of move through her womanhood, grow up a little bit, and it's totally like the origin of who she is as a person.
I don't disagree it's the origin of who she is, but if you're gonna promise me drama and you're a writer that brings me something even like younger, that is sexy with really cool and interesting characters, this show completely fell flat. and did not live up to the expectation I had for it, coming from a creator like him.
I do think there was some drama. Was it as outlandish as the things we've seen from Darren Star before? Absolutely not. But we do have a love triangle crux.
I didn't know that you had a girlfriend.
But we don't even find out he has a girlfriend until like episode 4 or 5, when you finally hear them having sex through paper-thin walls.
We have Emily and her workplace, you know, affaire between her boss. We have Emily really learning how to navigate being an outsider in a city that is foreign. I mean, despite the fact that she was given the opportunity to leave for a job in a different country, the girl ran away. And I think it's really hard for people to realize that sometimes you make big decisions that blow up your life, like moving to a country where you don't speak the language to do a job that no one asked you to do, because you want change. And we're seeing Emily creep into those changes.
That's fair. I don't disagree she ran away from her life. She even said that she ran away from her life, which is fine. However, if we're gonna have a girl who moves to a country, blows up her life, is a fish out of water, then I need her to fail. Emily does not fail at all in any episode. She has a mini crisis, and by the end of it, it's fixed. She gets fired from her job, but the caveat is it's really hard to fire people in Paris, so like, don't even worry about it.
You know, level it down. It wasn't that real, okay?
Also, Emily is the most boring character I've ever seen on a show since Elena from the Vampire Diaries.
I can give you that.
I don't know how I feel. I don't know. I don't know what I want.
When you watch this show, Emily definitely isn't the biggest star of her own show. We are so invested in other characters, like Camille, Gabrielle, who is the hot downstairs neighbor.
I am rooting for him to get his own restaurant this whole time, and I'm not even rooting for Emily to do good at her job and for people to like her.
But in these wins, we see Emily using her American intelligence. You know, it is cultured into us to be straightforward, direct, and upfront to kind of get what she wants. There's nothing wrong with convincing somebody that your idea is their idea. This is capitalism at its finest. She is spinning social media, something we did not create, and to what it can really profit for this company. And it's slowly easing the Parisians around her into the style of what is an American in Paris, what is Emily. Overall, I adored this show. It's super cute. It was a quick and easy binge, 30-minute episodes. I got all the fix I needed of seeing Paris. They are going to some of the biggest tourist grabs in the city. Every single scene is picturesque and idyllic. Yes. Everything from the fashion to the food is talked about and recognized in this show. I felt like I was traveling with Emily, and I think for everyone who needs a little bit of an escape, who's been in a desperate need to run away with Emily. Go to Paris.
And if you couldn't tell, I absolutely did not like this show. I thought it was boring. I thought all the characters were one level. Even when they tried to make someone interesting, they didn't spend enough time with them to even make it interesting, like Emily's coworkers. So in the end, I would have stopped watching after the second episode if I didn't have to bring you this review. But let us know what you thought in the comments below.
Thank you guys for watching. I hope you give Emily in Paris a chance.
Oh, don't do it, it's a waste of your time.
And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below.
And ring that bell for all the notifications.
I'm Keiki.
And I'm Sarah. Until next time.
Au revoir.